Oh, hey, it's one of them days. It's one of them days, man. You know what I'm saying? The whole world been waiting for me to speak. They been wanting to hear, you know what I'm saying, how I feel about this spiel. So we gonna make this little public sauce announcement like this right here, you know what I'm saying? Like, Sayo P, Sayo P. Saying all of that as weird as, lame as, idiots. People just post anything on the internet for clicks and views. Dumbass idiots. Y'all talking about sacrificing my brothers. No, I changed my brothers' lives. That's what Sauce gotta do. Where we at though?
Yeah, we in Memphis with the right now, in the M right now. You know where these don't come to. But South gonna be here, man. Sleep here, stay here, man. You know, so as long as we want to, man. You get what I'm saying? Certified, man.
It's a normal day in the South Side, baby.
Yeah, normal day in the South Side, B. Go yards everywhere, diamonds everywhere, just bankrolls everywhere, money everywhere, just whatever, everything.
And within hours of flexing those diamonds and cash on Instagram Live in downtown Memphis, this rapper, who was popularly known as Sayo P, would be executed in broad daylight outside a luxury hotel. But before we get to that shocking moment on March 22, 2025, let me take you back to where it all started. Latorian Hunt, better known as Sayo P, wasn't just another SoundCloud rapper trying to make it, but rather a 27-year-old Memphis trap artist who had actually caught the attention of someone big. In 2022, Houston's self-proclaimed drip god, Sauce Walka, signed him to the Sauce Factory label, also known as TSF, which represented a huge breakthrough for Sayo. He went from grinding in the dangerous streets of Memphis to being mentored by a rapper worth an estimated $2 to $7 million.
I'm signed to TSL. I'm a Sauce Walka artist. Yeah.
However, there was a problem lurking beneath this success story. Memphis has a reputation, and it's not a good one. The city consistently ranks as one of America's murder capitals, with over 300 homicides per year, while for rappers especially, the violence is relentless. Even more troubling is that 65% of Memphis rap deaths in 2025 were linked to drug-related debts, not gang wars or diss tracks, but money owed to the wrong people. According to street sources, Sayo P had a serious debt problem that would ultimately seal his fate. The rumors started spreading almost immediately after his death, with multiple sources, including hip-hop commentator Walk 100, claiming Sayo P owed somewhere between $200,000 and $300,000 in drug money. He had allegedly run off with cash that belonged to some very dangerous people in Memphis.
You know, look, this is just a rumor. The mom is saying it's not true, but they're saying that he ran off on like $200,000 over like a drug deal.
Now, while Sayo P's mother denied these claims, insisting her son never stole from anyone, and instead suggesting he was set up by people close to him, the evidence tells a different story. What makes this particularly interesting is that Sauce Walka himself, the man who signed Sayo P and treated him like a little brother, admitted that he had been warning him repeatedly about the danger he was in. In interviews right after the shooting, Sauce Walka told multiple outlets that he begged Sayo P to move smarter and stay inside because he knew the streets were after him and that Memphis was too hot. Despite these urgent warnings, Sayo P goes right back to Memphis, posts himself flexing on Instagram Live, and broadcasts his exact location to anyone watching. Hip-hop blogger 1090 Jake explained just how careless this was, pointing out that if you look closely at the Instagram stories Sayo P posted that day, you can literally see the hotel sign in the background of his room. All anyone had to do was pause the video and zoom in to see it, said Weston, and there's only one Weston hotel in downtown Memphis.
The biggest up that a lot of people overlooked was the story posts, and they literally, while they're doing videos, the hotel sign is right. You can see it in their room next to the door.
Oh.
So all you had to do was stop it and look, and you can read it says Weston, and there's only one Weston in Memphis.
This wasn't just reckless, but rather a death wish, as Sayo P had essentially painted a target on his own back by staying in a city where people wanted him dead, while simultaneously flashing money and jewelry and giving away his location for free. It was only a matter of time before someone came to collect. And they did. On March 22, 2025, at exactly 2:42 in the afternoon, Sayo P and Sauce Walka were standing outside the Westin Hotel in downtown Memphis, having just finished shopping and carrying bags while casually talking. It was a normal spring day with the sun out and pedestrians walking by, so everything seemed fine until a white Dodge Charger pulled up. What happened next was captured on surveillance cameras, revealing a scene as cold-blooded as it gets. Two gunmen stepped out of the stolen white Dodge Charger, armed with semi-automatic weapons, and without saying a word or asking for money or jewelry, they simply opened fire. Over 20 shots were fired in less than 15 seconds, with Sayo P being hit multiple times in the head and torso before collapsing instantly. He was pronounced dead at the scene at 2:50 p.m., just 8 minutes after the shooting started, leaving no chance of survival in what was clearly an execution, plain and simple. Sauce Walker was also hit during the attack, but he got lucky when he was shot in the left thigh with bullets that didn't strike any major arteries or bones, allowing him to stay on his feet and stumble away from the gunfire. Witnesses later reported something chilling when they revealed that one of the shooters allegedly stood over Sauce Walker with a gun pointed at him, but chose not to finish the job, sparing his life because Sauce Walker wasn't the target, Sayo P was. Memphis police immediately classified this as a targeted attack, not a random robbery gone wrong, since the gunman didn't take any jewelry or demand cash, but rather came with one mission and completed it. Within hours, police had identified the stolen Dodge Charger and traced it using automated license plate readers, while surveillance footage from a nearby gas station showed the suspects buying a rifle and a black mask just 9 minutes before the shooting.
Happened here outside the Westin Hotel, which is right by Beale Street, right across the street from FedEx Forum. I talked with Sauce Walker's father, and who says his son was shot in the thigh while up-and-coming rapper Sayo P was killed in this shooting. Now, according to his father, Albert Walker Mondane, also known as Sauce Walker, is physically okay, but is still traumatized by this attempt on his life and also losing his friend and protege, Latorian Hunt, who went by the stage name Sayo P. Memphis police say Sauce Walker and Sayo P were targeted by suspects driving down Lieutenant George W. Lee Avenue, driving a white four-door sedan. Sauce Walker's father says his son has had a passion for rapping and performing since he was a little child and has achieved superstar status thanks to his hard work, but that spotlight comes at a heavy cost.
In this world today, that comes with a price. And unfortunately, it can lead to a lot of bad stuff. He's the type of young man that wants to help people and to help you reach your dreams. And that's what I taught him. Unfortunately, all the young kids, they don't get that kind of stuff from home. You know, it's like life is nothing anymore. Respect is nothing anymore.
Memphis police are still investigating this case, and no arrests have been made at this time. If you have any information on this case, you're urged to call Crime Stoppers at 901-528-CASH. Reporting live in downtown Memphis, Gardner Montgomery, Action News 5.
The first suspect identified was 21-year-old Jaden Dandridge, whose photo was released by Memphis police along with a $6,000 reward for information leading to his arrest. However, they never got the chance to bring him in. Just 5 days after Sayo P's murder, on March 27, 2027, Jaden Dandridge was found shot dead in a Houston loading dock, having been executed with multiple 9mm rounds fired at close range. Investigators found PVC pipe shards at the scene, suggesting a homemade suppressor was used, making it clear that this wasn't random but rather calculated retaliation. Here's the thing though, Houston is Sauce Walker's hometown, where he's the founder of the SUC crew, also known as Stormy Unk crew, and he has deep connections throughout the city. When asked about Dandridge's death, Sauce Walker denied any involvement, saying it was just wrong place, wrong time, but the streets weren't buying it since the timing was too perfect and the location was too convenient. A lot of people believe TSF, the sauce factory, got their revenge. The story doesn't end there though, as there was a second shooter. 23-year-old Kevin Brown Jr., also known as KJ, managed to stay on the run for 7 months while police searched for him across state lines as he kept moving from Memphis to Tennessee, laying low in motels and staying off social media. Then, on October 22, 2025, U.S. Marshals finally tracked him down to a motel in Clarksville, Tennessee, where he was arrested without incident and charged with first-degree murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, and firearm violations. His bond was set to $2 million, and he's currently awaiting trial.
Special task force in Nashville arrested a suspect in the shooting that killed Memphis rapper Sayo P and left Houston rapper Sauce Walka hurt. Kevin KJ Brown Jr. is facing multiple charges, including first-degree murder. Memphis police responded to a shooting at the Westin in downtown Memphis back in March. Officers found Sayo P, whose real name was Latorian Hunt, dead, and Sauce Walka, whose real name is Albert Mondane, critically injured. Another suspect in the shooting, Jaden Dandridge, was found dead in Houston before the warrant for his arrest could be served.
Now, here's where it gets even darker. A controversial St. Louis rapper named 607 Unk came forward with a wild theory, claiming that Sauce Walka orchestrated the entire hit himself because Sayo P owed money to a Mexican cartel, and that the cartel gave Sauce an ultimatum to either take out Sayo P or get taken out yourself.
He sent both hits. A lot of people don't know. Yeah, he sent both. Right? Yeah, he sent the both. Yeah, on both. Right? He sent on his artist, and then the guy showed his face, so he had to kill him too. Right? Y'all don't know how that shit worked, right? Because his artist was Mexicano. Right? They probably owed the cartel. Right? And the cartel doesn't know plan, right? Listen, you take him out or we take you out. Right? So we gotta do what we gotta do.
Sacrificed.
Yeah, that's what happened.
It sounds insane, right? But 607 Unk doubled down on his claims, pointing out that Sauce Walka grabbed a bag of money immediately after the shooting, and that the same money appeared in photos Sauce posted later. He also questioned why Sauce Walka didn't retaliate harder if his artist had really been murdered by enemies, suggesting something more sinister was at play. Sauce Walka denied all of this, calling it clickbait and saying he changed lives, not sacrificed brothers. Yet the rumors spread like wildfire online, racking up millions of views across YouTube and Twitter.
It's one of them days. It's one of them days, man. You know what I'm saying? The whole world been waiting for me to speak. They been wanting to hear, you know what I'm saying, how I feel about this spiel. So we gonna make this little public sauce announcement like this right here, you know what I'm saying? Like, Sayo P, Sayo P. Saying all that as weird as, lame ass, idiots. People just post anything on the internet for clicks and views. Dumbass idiots. Y'all talking about sacrificing my brothers. No, I changed my brothers' lives. That's what Sauce gotta do. I changed lives. I changed situations. I turned into some hood, some millionaires, the billionaires, and shout out to that, the zillionaire. You know what I'm talking about? My brother Sauce Mike D, Fofo Mike D Dennis, TSL Business, original TSL member. You know what I'm talking about? How many years we been doing this league?
Man, I can't even understand, man.
You been in this shit before this shit in the beginning?
Before it even started.
You know what I'm saying? Brand new record deal, brand new contract for Sauce Mike Deezy, TSL Business, new album on the way. What's the name of my album, Mike D?
Excuse me.
Excuse me, you know what I'm saying?
Excuse me.
Coming out in a few weeks. We drop with /TSL, 1 RPM. Shout out to my boy 1 RPM Guccio. And you know what I'm saying? The deal went through 300,000. You know what I'm saying? So here go my brother Brad, 100 G's. 100 G's. Oh, but I forgot. I got something else to tell y'all about too. Cause I'm celebrating life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We celebrating hard work over here, and then we gonna celebrate life, cause I could've lost mine. I could've lost my life. You feel me? So this shit ain't nothing but some money. It ain't nothing but some money. So I told you today, I said, hey, sell me the biggest motherfucking diamond ring you got in the goddamn store. Yeah, man, I need that shit to go. Have a ticket. Yeah, $300,000 diamond ring right there, you know what I'm saying? 10 Ks.
So what really happened? Was Sayo P killed because he owed $200,000 in drug money, or was this something even more sinister? The evidence strongly points to the debt theory, considering that multiple street sources, including WAC 100, Tony Yayo, and 1090 Jake, all confirmed that Sayo P had run off with a significant amount of cash. Furthermore, Sauce Walka's own warnings before the shooting suggest he knew his artist was in danger, while the fact that the shooter spared Sauce Walka's life indicates this was never about him, but rather always about Sayo P. As for the sacrifice theory, while it's dramatic, there's no real proof to support such claims. 607 Unk is known for making wild conspiracy claims, including saying he sacrificed his own son to escape the Illuminati, so he's not exactly a credible source. Still, the rumor got traction because it fed into a larger narrative that the rap industry is filled with betrayal and blood money. What we do know for certain is that Sayo P made a series of fatal mistakes that cost him his life. He ignored his mentor's warnings, posted his location on Instagram, and went back to a city where people actively wanted him dead, ultimately paying the ultimate price for his carelessness. Sauce Walker, on the other hand, survived the attack after being treated for a gunshot wound to his left thigh and being discharged from the hospital within 24 hours. Over the next few months, he documented his recovery on social media, and in July 2025, he posted a graphic video showing a bullet naturally working its way out of his leg, which went viral with over 72 million views. By August, he was back on stage performing, fully healed and moving without any visible limp, while he honored Sayo P with murals and tributes before moving forward with his career. Interestingly, his music streams increased by over 300% following the shooting, serving as a grim reminder of how tragedy can sometimes boost an artist's popularity. But this story is bigger than just Sayo P and Sauce Walker, because it's a reflection of a much darker pattern in hip-hop. Memphis has become a graveyard for rappers, with over 15 Memphis artists being killed in 2025 alone, and 65% of those deaths linked to drug debts. It's not about gang wars or diss tracks anymore, but rather about money, debts, and the consequences of owing the wrong people. Look at the case of Young Dolph, another Memphis rapper who was gunned down in broad daylight in November 2021 while buying cookies at a local bakery when two men opened fire, hitting him 22 times. The motive was a $100,000 hit allegedly ordered by Big Juke, the brother of rapper Yo Gotti, which resulted in one shooter being convicted and sentenced to life in prison, while another was acquitted. Even more tragically, Big Juke himself was killed in retaliation just months later. It's a vicious cycle where someone gets killed, someone retaliates, then someone else retaliates for the retaliation, and it never stops.
The thing is that
Please want to go CT5. I'm trying to make them go Escalade, man.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We got this, what you say, it's a Sport Platinum?
this is Sport Platinum 2024,
2024 Sports Platinum.
2,000 miles. Rear entertainment package, soft closed doors.
Damn, man. Y'all making me want to go buy another Escalade. I might go electric.
Sayo P's story is a tragic reminder that social media fame and street credibility don't mix, because you can't flex your location, your jewelry, and your lifestyle online while having enemies in real life. The internet doesn't protect you, and if anything, it makes you an easier target. Kevin Brown Jr.'s trial is still pending, and when it happens, we might finally get the full truth about what happened that day in Memphis, whether it was really just about a $200,000 debt or if there was more to the story. For now, all we know is that Sayo P is gone. Sauce Walker survived, and Memphis continues to be one of the most dangerous cities in America for anyone trying to make it in the rap game. Do you think Sauce Walker had orchestrated Sayo's death? Let me know what you think in the comment section, and also click on one of the cards on your screen to see more videos like this. See you in the next one.